Please be aware that this video contains a graphic description of someone's death. Thank you. It was the night of May 17th, 2000. Ashlee Shanna, a bright, kind 16-year-old high school student, was driving home from Bible study with her 8-year-old sister, Clarissa, seated next to her. They were travelling along Gilman Springs Road, a dark and narrow rural highway near Hemet, California, a road that runs directly through the massive compound known as Gold Base, the international headquarters of the Church of Scientology. Their mother, Michelle Shanna, was just behind them, following in a second car. Ashlee was doing everything right. She was responsible, focused, and just trying to get her little sister home safe. But none of them could have known what lay ahead that night. Around a blind curve with no street lights and no warning, a massive front-end loader, a skip loader, suddenly appeared across their lane. It had no warning lights, no flares, no cones, no workers, no guidance of any kind. It was being driven dangerously in the roadway at night without safety precautions, and the bucket was raised to windshield height. Ashlee didn't have a chance. Her car slammed into the loader. The metal blade tore through the vehicle, and Ashlee was decapitated, killed instantly. Her little sister Clarissa ducked at the last moment and somehow survived. Their mother, just behind them, arrived seconds later to the scene no parent should have to witness. So how did this happen? The skip loader was being operated by Thomas Nove, an employee of Taze Co. Corp., a contractor hired by Scientology's Golden Era Productions, the in-house film studio at Gold Base. But here's what investigators found. Nove's driver's license had expired in 1992, 8 years earlier. He was not legally permitted to operate heavy equipment. There were no safety measures in place, and most critically, Nove admitted to the CHP, "I was working late to finish for Golden Era Productions." But why was he working late? Why was this rushed job happening after dark? According to ex-members and insiders, there was only one reason. David Miscavige, the leader of Scientology, was expected back at the compound that night. Everything had to look perfect, finished, flawless. And so Bitty Miscavige, David's sister-in-law and senior base official, allegedly gave the order. Send the machines down the road after dark. The priority wasn't safety, the priority was appearance, obedience, and fear of displeasing the boss. And that order directly led to the conditions that killed Ashlee Shanna. The California Highway Patrol investigated the crash. They confirmed no lights, no flares, no guidance, no street lighting, no visibility. It was a guaranteed death trap. For nearly a year, no charges were filed. Finally, in May 2001, driver Thomas Nove was charged with misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter. He pled not guilty. The Church of Scientology? Not charged, not investigated, not held accountable. Not even Bitty Miscavige, who allegedly gave the order that made it all happen. Ashlee's grieving family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Golden Era Productions. Before it could go to trial, Scientology's attorneys offered a private settlement and required the family to sign a gag order. They accepted the settlement. They were legally silenced. The truth, Scientology hoped, would disappear with the paperwork. But Ashlee was more than a victim. She was a student at Calvary Baptist Christian School in Banning, California. She was a volunteer with the Banning Police Department. She was known in her community as warm, smart, and full of kindness. At her funeral on May 22nd, over 500 people came to say goodbye. The service lasted 90 minutes and overflowed with sorrow and love. A memorial was later erected at the crash site, a quiet cross by the roadside with her name on it. But her name has echoed far beyond that small stretch of asphalt. Inside Gold Base, nothing has changed. No reforms, no admission of fault. Bitty Miscavige kept her position. And years later, in 2009, the Church of Scientology had the audacity to use Ashlee's death as a reason to push for the closure of Gilman Springs Road, trying to cite the danger of traffic as justification, while conveniently omitting that they created the danger that killed her. Critics and ex-members called it what it was, a calculated lie. While the Shaner family was gagged, others stepped forward. Protesters like Keith Henson began picketing Gold Base, holding signs with Ashlee's name, alongside Stacey Moxon Mayer, another young woman who died at the compound just 1 month after Ashlee. They protested the so-called church's culture of control, of fear, of recklessness. In response, Scientology went after them, using courts, surveillance, and intimidation. But the story kept spreading, because the truth always finds its voice. Ashlee Shaner should still be alive today. She should have come home safely that night, dropped her sister off, hugged her mother, and gone to school the next morning. But instead, she became another name buried under a wall of silence and spin. And while Scientology may have paid to keep her story quiet, we are not under a gag order. Just because her family was silenced doesn't mean we will be. I tell Ashlee's story to keep her memory alive. We tell it to remind the world of what happens when power goes unchecked, when orders go unquestioned, and when the truth is treated like a threat. We will not forget her, we will not stop speaking, and we will not let them rewrite history.
They tried to bury the truth, tried to silence the flame, but we're louder than ever and we're naming the name. You can hide behind walls, hide behind lies, but we've got the proof and we're opening eyes. We were broken, but not destroyed. They left a void, now we fill it with noise. We're still here, standing tall, for every voice they try to stall. You can erase us from your books, but we'll rewrite the ending, take back what you took. We'll keep the stories burning bright, they're not forgotten. Not tonight. You trained us to doubt, you punished our will, but strength grows in silence and we're climbing that hill. From the ruins we rise, from the trauma we grow, and we're louder together than you'll ever know. You thought we'd fall, stay out of sight, but we've turned our pain into power and fight. We're still here, unashamed, calling out every abuser by name. No more hiding, no more fear. You'll hear us now, crystal clear. We'll keep the stories burning bright, they're not forgotten. Not tonight. This is for the lost, for the ones who fled, for the truths they buried, the words unsaid. We carry the banner, we carry the names, and we'll march through the fire till justice reclaimed. We're still here, hearts unchained. We've broken free from your twisted game. You took the past, but not our light. We're building a future, fierce and right. We'll keep the stories bright.